Investors are now waiting for the new Prime Minister with a massive mandate in order to start acting on some of his big business promises. But Mallya, the top boss at GE India, believes that more of what Modi says must now translate into action. Vodafone CEO Martin Peters wants to see structural changes, not just a boost in sentiment. For someone who pitched himself as an investment-oriented leader, Modi will have to answer these questions sooner rather than later.
Vodafone is sitting in a very peculiar situation, actually, because I think at least a year ago, our name, our brand, our name was more or less a synonym of all the problems that foreign investors could get in India. We have seen concepts like Digital India coming out. We've seen concepts like smart cities. We've seen concepts indeed like financial inclusion, far more bank accounts and so on. But now my observation is that actually we have not been short of these kind of concepts at all the last 5 years. That is not new for this government, I'm sorry to say that. The devil is always in the detail. And the problem is then, how do you get there? And what we have seen in our industry is that the thinking is simply not there of how do you get there. I haven't seen much change from that perspective compared to before this government came or after these first 100 days. I think the reality is that I tell my shareholders, listen, in India, sentiment can change overnight, isn't it? That's in the mindset of India. But it doesn't mean that structurally things will change overnight. So we did never make that promise. We're not politicians. We understand that that takes time.
There clearly has been an erosion of credibility as far as the Indian market is concerned over the last few years. It's just a question of the say-do ratio of the government, meaning that we will do something in a certain time frame and that those things not happening has certainly eroded credibility. And I think it's extremely important for the government to restore that credibility by first, even if they are small steps, but to actually act on the statements or the decisions that the government makes. But it looks like we're pinning a lot of hopes on just one individual. And I think it would be good to see a broader team, a broader effort that would be behind all the initiatives and all the pronouncements of the government. It will inspire a lot of confidence amongst global investors to see that this is a team, or let's say a larger group play as opposed to a uniform play.